So here we are, guys. We are ready to start creating some keys and addresses for us to be able to interact with the blockchain to receive funds and do fun stuff. One important thing to notice here is that every stakeholder, almost every stakeholder, will have like two separate keys, set of keys. On one hand, you will have what is called the payment keys, and the payment keys will allow you to basically have control of your funds. It will be associated to a payment address, and what it will do is like it is an address where you can send or from where you can send data to other addresses. It is just like that. It is your address and keys that will allow you to create transactions or to receive transactions. On the other hand, you have what is called the stake keys and stake address. This set is very important because this is what makes Shelly so important, and this is what makes Cardano so important, because this will allow you to control your participation in the protocol. These keys, these stake keys, with an associated address. The thing here is that these keys allow you to participate in the protocol by either creating your own stake pool or by delegating to an existing stake pool. Okay, and whatever rewards you receive for participating in the protocol, producing blocks, or by delegating to a stake pool are going to be received in this reward, in this stake address. And from there, you can withdraw to your normal payment address. This stake address will not be in the capacity to receive direct transactions, but only rewards from participating in the protocol. So this is very important to notice. Let us start by creating our first set of keys, our payment keys, so that we are in the condition to, I'm creating a disaster here, so that we are in the condition to first receive some funds to start testing and testing some features and doing some interesting activities here, like sending funds to another address and stuff like that. Okay, so let me come here and go back to my tutorial, and let's go to transactions, and let me just come here to generate payment address, a payment key pair. So let me, for the sake of being organized, let me just create a folder here, which be payment. Let's say keys and addresses. Keys and addresses. Oh, MK there. Keys and addresses. Okay. And let me just get into keys and addresses. Oops. I have this other key directory. So cd keys and addresses. So I'm inside that directory. And from here, I can use Cardano CLI Shelly address keygen, the command that we saw before when we were explaining the command line interface. And as you can see here, it will simply produce a couple of outputs: verification key file and signing key file. No news is good news here. So if you do ls, you can see here that we have the two files created. Let me just do a cat on them. Payment, the first one is the secret key. And there you go. There is the content of the file. This is signing key on the Shelly era, and this is a payment signing key and the encoded key. Then we can do exactly the same for the verification key, and this is how it looks. Payment verification key at Shelly, and its payment verification key and the encoded key. So now we have our set of keys. We are ready to create an address from that. We cannot receive or send funds to or from a public key we need an address, and this is what we are going to create now with this other command, Cardano CLI Shelly address build. And please note that this time we are using an input, which is the payment verification key file, which we just created a second ago, and we are giving the path to that file, and we are producing an output file, which is a payment.address, and we are using the testnet magic 42, which is a parameter that basically it just identifies the Shelly testnet in this case. Let me just run the command, and again, no news is good news, ls, and I can see my payment.address file here. Let me just do a cat over that file, and payment.addr, and that would be my address. It will start. This will be my address, okay? And this is the address that I want to use to request some funds to deposit, okay? And let's do that. And we will do that in the next video.